Here we are with an unboxing of the Motorola RAZR MAXX, or as it's otherwise known, the XT910. And before we go into complete detail about it, you can see the frequencies there for this device. So it supports 850, 900, 1800 and 1900 on GSM, and on the WCDMA it's 850, 900, 1900 and 2100, so support for a lot of the world. So this is the UK spec device. The RAZR MAXX is not essentially a successor but a complementary product to the Motorola RAZR. The fundamental difference being the battery. This has a 3300 mAh battery in comparison to the RAZR that was sub 2000. So this is one of the killer features that's highlighted on the back here. It's got a 4.3-inch Super AMOLED screen, MotoCast, Smart Actions. It's got a Kevlar coating which we'll come on to in a moment. So let's take a look. So we've got the device here that we'll come back to in just a moment. Included in the box we've got a 3-pin UK mains adapter that has a USB port on it. Got the Motorola logo. Into this mains adapter we would connect the supplied micro USB to USB cable, so the USB goes in one end and the other end goes in the device for actual charging. You can also use this cable to connect the device to your computer if you wish to transfer files or still do a wired synchronization. You've then got a set of headphones. They are in-ear style headphones. There's an inline microphone, 3.5mm headphone jack there, and we've got a set of replacement covers for the earphones and a clip there for attaching the cable to your clothing. And then finally we've got some documentation for the RAZR MAXX, so sort of like a quick start guide, warranty information and a little bit about the accessories that are available for it. So let's take a look at the device itself. Now we've powered this one up and run through the standard setup procedure on Google Android. We haven't added any accounts because we don't necessarily need to do that for this demonstration. You've probably seen plenty of videos with Android demonstrated or have a good idea. So you can sync up your different Android accounts, your Facebook, your Twitter if you choose. So let's just take a look at the physical hardware of the device. We've got this 4.3-inch Super AMOLED advanced display with a resolution of 960 by 540. We've got the Motorola logo up here, we've got some sensors, we've got the front facing video camera so that you can actually make video calls, and that's a 1.3 megapixel resolution. We've got these capacitive buttons down the bottom including a menu, home, back and search key. So as you can tell probably from this layout that it is Android version 2.3 on the device, but it will be upgradable to ice cream sandwich. We've got a microphone here. On the bottom we've got nothing, it's completely flush. To the side we then have nothing with the exception of this cover, which allows access to the micro SIM card slot and micro SD slot. So you need a micro SIM card in here, and you can put a micro SD up to 32 gigabytes in size. There is 16 gig internal storage on the device. Anyhow, on the top of the device we've then got the micro HDMI connection, so you can connect a micro HDMI to HDMI cable to display the content that's on your RAZR MAXX through to an HD display. We've got a micro USB port for charging and data connectivity. We've then got the 3.5mm headphone jack for audio out. On the other side we've then got the power button and we've got the volume up and down keys. It's a good location for the power button. It's not on the top like a lot of devices, and people can find that a bit cumbersome, and it's easy just to press when in the hand, either for a right or left-handed person. On the back we've got the 8 megapixel camera with autofocus and LED flash. It records in full 1080p for HD video recording, and then we've got a loudspeaker. Under this bit of plastic that we haven't actually removed, we've got the Kevlar back cover, which helps keep the device thin, cool. And underneath this is the 3,300 milliamp hour battery, so it's fixed, you cannot remove it. We've then got the or a secondary microphone here for noise cancellation to help with video recording as well. It's a fairly big device. There's quite a bezel around the actual screen. It feels very firm in hand, and in some respects that's a good thing. It feels solid and it doesn't feel cheap. It feels a premium quality. It might be a little bit big for some people considering it's a 4.3 inch screen. You probably could have got a bigger screen in here, but it's still very thin at 8.9 millimeters. And I must say it's also got a nanotechnology coating on here, which makes it a little bit more splash proof. It's not water resistant, but should you spill something on it, there's less chance of damage being caused on this device. So the key difference between the RAZR MAXX and the original RAZR is the bigger battery. Everything else is identical. So we've got the standard Android experience here where we've got the customizable home screens. We can tap the home button to get a sort of overview of our home screens. We've got the phone dialer here, nice and big on the screen. Now this would sync up with Facebook contacts or our Google contacts or any of the contacts that we actually have on our SIM card. We've got the text messaging ability on here to create a new message, and you've got swipe installed as standard. You can rotate this into landscape mode if you choose as well. So that's the text messaging element. We've got the camera. So this is an 8 megapixel camera with HD video recording. We can flick between the front and rear facing camera like so. We can flick between video recording and still images down here, and then we can press the shutter button to actually take a picture, or we can press the record icon there if we're taking a video. So we've got zoom capability up the side here just by scrolling up and down on the screen. Now sometimes you can do it, so you can actually, when in the camera application, use the volume rocker keys to zoom in and out as well. You can see I'm pressing that. We've got a variety of different settings here, so we can change the resolution that the video is filmed at. We can have geotagging, we can change the resolution of the images that are taken. We've got video stabilization options there for video recording as well. We've got some effects, which is always handy to sort of give a little edge to our pictures. Got different scene modes to help our camera take better pictures in certain conditions. Got different shooting modes, so a single shot, we can do panorama, we've got timer and a multi-shot, which is becoming much more standard on devices nowadays. We can change the exposure, and we can also change the flash settings as well. If we go into the video recording, settings are very similar, as you can sort of see. You can then change some of the audio scenes here to help get a better sound when recording. Different modes for recording, so if we want to do a video message, it'll adjust the settings accordingly. And then we've even got the ability for the video light. So because this is an Android handset, you've got Google Market or Play Store as it's now known. This has got GPS, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth built into it, so you've got Google Maps, you've got the web browser, you've got your Gmail application. Let's just go into the web browser and let's go to the Clove website. So connecting over Wi-Fi here. So it's gone through to our mobile site, which we can navigate through if we choose. But of course we can also go through to the full desktop site to get an experience like you would on a normal computer. So it's rendered up on screen as best as it possibly can. We can double tap on the screen to zoom in, double tap to zoom out. We can pinch and zoom. We can orientate into landscape mode if we choose, and then we can actually go through to particular products. So let's have a look at the RAZR MAXX. On the RAZR MAXX, so it renders, we can pinch and zoom in again. It's a bit difficult to read that text, so we can double tap in and get a better viewing experience of that text on there. We've got a video, let's just play that. So that's a YouTube video. So that's a video playing within the browser. The sound's pretty good on the device. It's a bit one directional. It'd be nice to have another speaker. There are certainly devices out there that give a better audio experience, but it's by no means bad. Going into the apps, we've got the sort of standard apps on here. You've got Amazon Kindle pre-installed, got GoToMeeting, which is useful for business people. We've then got My Gallery, My Files and My Music, and you'll just see that there's little icons or red marks in the corner of these. This is to symbolise Motocast. Now you may have heard of Motocast. What it essentially is a wireless syncing facility between your mobile device and up to 5 other computing products, mainly your laptops or your desktop computer at home. So if your computer is on at home and you've set up Motocast, when you're out and about, if you've got a 3G or wireless connection, you can actually access content, be it photos, documents, videos, or music on the go. So you don't actually have to maximize the memory on your device. You could save space. Of course, you can have the the music on the memory within the phone or on the micro SD card. But if you wanted to access things from home or from work, in that case, you could as well by going into the Motocast. It's an innovative feature and something more and more people are doing now as 3G and Wi-Fi becomes better in terms of coverage around the UK. We've got Quick Office installed, we've got the navigation and YouTube, so quite a bit there. Let's just go into the settings and show you a few more things. So you've got all the ability to add different wallpapers if you choose. You can add widgets and shortcuts to your home screen. You've got options to manage apps straight here, so from downloaded to running applications, to control your memory. Let's go further into the settings and just confirm some of these things I've been talking about. So it comes up as actually the Droid RAZR, but it is the RAZR MAXX here, and it's Android version 2.3.6 that we've actually got on the device. Storage, so you can see that internal storage, it's got a total of 8 gig, and then we've got available space 3.64. So some of that 8 gig is taken up by the operating system and the applications pre-installed. Add that then to the media sync storage of 8 gig and you've got 16 gig of internal memory. Let's just look at the language and keyboard. So at the moment it's set up as English, but you do have the option to choose one of these languages for the menu on the RAZR MAXX. So if English isn't your default language, there are some options there. However, you may have it set up as English, but you may communicate in various languages. So you can go into the keyboard settings and you can change the languages on the actual keyboard. So these are the language options that you have available for the keyboard. And you can tick as many as you like. You've got different options. You've got swipe as standard, but you've also then got the default Motorola keyboard. And you can see here that we've got the English keyboard, but I can scroll through to the different languages and my keyboard will change accordingly so I can communicate in the different languages. So that's just a quick unboxing and hands-on with the Motorola RAZR MAXX.